The thing about time is that it is a luxury that holds the highest weight of currency. You exchange your time for hanging at family gatherings, going on trips, doing the events, but you do not get your time back, and the clock is always ticking. It doesn't stop. So stop making yourself feel like you have to attend. You have to show your face. You have to bring a gift. You don't have to do anything. If you feel like it does not align with you, no. Do not let people convince you that their time is worth more than your time in your own life.
My baby gave to me haircut, shirts, and a diamond belly ring. The 7th day of Christmas, my baby gave to me ice back rug, then it massaged my feet.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today is Vlogmas day 2. Now I know it's December 3rd, but I told y'all in the first video, if you watched it, if you didn't watch it, go click it. I'm doing Vlogmas every other day. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to set boundaries during this holiday season. So a lot of the time we get to Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever holiday, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, and you start putting in all this extra effort, all this extra work, and as soon as somebody doesn't match your energy, you're ready to cancel all Christmases for the rest of your life. Like, I'm not going to another Christmas party, I'm not baking nothing for Thanksgiving no more. No. I'm going to teach you guys how to create those boundaries you need to maintain your energy. The holiday season is a high energy, high emotionally charged time of the year, right? So if you feel like you're putting in all this effort and the other person is not, it's time for you to set boundaries. Don't cancel it out yet, because some people really don't know that they're not putting in as much effort as you think they aren't, because you have a standard for yourself. So when you aren't matched at that standard, it's like, why aren't they even trying? But the thing is, everybody's heart doesn't beat like yours. Everybody doesn't know that you're going to be bringing the mac and cheese, decorating the house, pulling up with the plates and the foil so everybody could take a plate home. You thought about bringing the disposable. Like, nobody's thinking about all that stuff the way that you would think about it. So here's how you're going to set boundaries for the 2024 holiday season, and you're going to maintain those boundaries for the rest of your life. Number 1 is to know your limits. You don't want to go out and you're buying all these gifts for everybody, you're setting up the table, you're serving the food, you're helping everybody with their Christmas list. You don't want to do all of that. Know your limits with family, time, travel, finances, all of that. Know that I can only spend $100 on Christmas this year, and that needs to include the gift, the travel, the everything. I mean, $100 is not really realistic, but you guys get the gist. You want to make sure that you know exactly how much time and money and energy that you are spending during this holiday season, because if you max it out in the first week, because you know the holidays start really by Thanksgiving. You got Thanksgiving and then you got Christmas. So between that time, you don't want to max out all your energy at Thanksgiving. You want to be like, you know what, I'll go to the Friendsgiving, I'll go to the family gathering, but I'm not going on the trip to the Poconos. Like, you gotta pick and choose. It is your life and you need to own it. Stop letting people guilt trip you into thinking that you have to go places or you have to spend more money because this person is supposed to mean this much in your life. Don't fall for the buffoonery. Let these people know hands down, I only have $100 to spend. So you tell me what's important to you, I'll tell you what's important to me, and we can go from there. Number 2, and this one kind of sort of ties into number 1, but it is to communicate clearly. Don't tell people I'll think about it and never get back to them. That's messed up. What you want to do is tell them, I can't make it to Friendsgiving, but I would love to see you on Friday at the Poconos when we go on that weekend vacation. You have to let people know where you're at mentally so that they can make plans for themselves as well. Nobody's going to respect a boundary that you cannot set. The way you set it is by telling them directly, I cannot X, but I can Y. Don't let people be confused about what's going on, because then you're going to be the wishy-washy friend and nobody's going to respect the words that come out of your mouth. You need to let people know clearly exactly where you want to be for this holiday season. Also remember, when you're communicating, make sure that it transfers kindly. Don't come off as stuck up or I'm not going because she's going. say your piece. Say, I don't want to go. You don't need to give a reason, and if they ask why, you can make something up. Sometimes a little lie is not gonna hurt anybody, but the big lies do. So don't do anything dramatic like I'm not going because I have a dental appointment, and then you're in the Pocono shaking your butt with God knows who on God knows what snow sled, right? You want to make sure that you're telling a little lie, like, I don't want to go because I have other plans. The other plans can literally be you sitting at home doing nothing. That's a plan, quote unquote. I mean, you're not really doing anything, but it's time for yourself. Be kind with the words that you use when you're letting people know that you're denying their invitation. Now, this one is probably the reason why so many people are the most emotionally charged during the holiday season. But this one is to set financial limits, y'all. I cannot stress this enough. Don't go buying your boyfriend a $400 PS5 when you still gotta get your mama, your brother, your auntie, your cousin a gift. It doesn't make sense, and you're only working for $15 an hour. Y'all have to make it make sense. Unless you've been saving up for that thing since the beginning, there's no reason why you're spending your whole Christmas budget on one person and then making everybody else feel left out. If you don't want to get anybody a gift but your boyfriend, that's a different thing. But if you know that you're exchanging gifts with multiple people and you need to get something for this person, that person, that person, make sure that you budget this person, that person, that person. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up giving that person a little bit. Let's say they get you like this expensive YSL perfume and you go and give them a bag of bubblegum because the wrapping on it was reminding them of an anime. You see, like, yes, the thought counts, but y'all have to be a little bit realistic. Imagine somebody giving you a YSL perfume bottle and you giving them bubblegum wrapped in anime characters. You have to make it make sense. Stop with the games. If you don't want to get somebody a gift, be clear with them. Like, hey, I'm not getting you a gift this year, so you don't have to get me one. Don't waste people's time because it takes out the respect aspect of Christmas, which charges up people emotionally. They're going to get angry. They're going to get resentful. You don't want to create that for yourself when you're setting boundaries, because now when you set a future boundary, they're not going to respect you. They're not going to entertain it because you disrespected them at one point in time. And if you really can't afford Christmas gifts for everybody, you can suggest things. Like, you can be like, let's do a Secret Santa if you know everybody, and be like, everybody pick a name out the hat. So now you only have to buy one gift. Or you can say, hey, we're going to set a budget of $50, like when you're exchanging with that person, so you don't buy something really, really expensive and then you receive something that's like really, really cheap. It's like, you know, make sure when you're setting these boundaries, you're being clear, communicative, and you're sticking to it. Because a lot of the time too, we also spend our holiday season overspending because we're like, oh, but they would love this so much. No, none of that. If it's not in the budget, don't get it. You set a budget for a reason so that you don't fall short for the next year. Now you're spending your next 4 or 5 checks trying to play catch up with your bills. You have to make it make sense for yourself, guys. Don't go over the budget. Set the budget, set the limit, and stick to it. The only way a boundary is going to set is if you stand on it. And if you choose to not stand on the boundary, you're setting yourself up for failure for the next year. This one I'm going to call your face made the case, but really it's limiting your time commitments. You guys want to make sure that when you're showing up to these gatherings, these parties, these excursions, whatever you're doing for the holiday season, make sure that you're showing up as your 110% best self. But if you are not able to do that, let them know. Say, I'm not coming. If everything doesn't align with you as a person, you're allowed to say no. If you feel like it's going to drain you emotionally to hang out with this person because they're always talking about your auntie and you don't even play about your auntie, why would you go? You have to make it, like, why would you go? Stop making yourself feel like you have to do things, because you don't have to do anything. That's the beauty about being yourself. You don't have to do anything. Like I said before, happiness is a choice. You have to choose your happy. And if that trip with those people aren't going to make you happy, why are you going? The thing about time is that it is a luxury that holds the highest weight of currency. You exchange your time for, hanging at family gatherings, going on trips, doing the events, but you do not get your time back, and the clock is always ticking. It doesn't stop. So stop making yourself feel like you have to attend. You have to show your face. You have to bring a gift. You don't have to do anything. If you feel like it does not align with you, no. If you feel like the person there, the people there, the energy there is not going to match what you want for the holiday season, no. No is such a powerful word, and I need you guys to use it this holiday season. When you're ready to leave, leave. You showed your face, you did the activities, you hung out with the people, you made the conversation. If your social battery has now run out, you can leave. Say your goodbyes, say, hey, I'm gonna be leaving now, and just go. It's okay to not want to be somewhere for the entirety of the event. Now, I know in my family, an event can run from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning. That's just how our culture is. But if I'm checked out, I'm leaving. Y'all need to know when to leave, because you're your body's keeper, and if you do not keep it, who will? Number 5 is to practice gratitude, even if you have to decline. A lot of the time we feel like the person's just inviting us because, I don't know, random reasons. You have to acknowledge the fact that the invitation for you to come was within good intentions. Nobody is intentionally inviting you to an event to drain you. Nobody's intentionally inviting you to an event to use you for setup, for bringing your best lasagna that you ever made, for bringing because you're a baker, to bake you a pie. Like, nobody is intentionally trying to make you feel used. But you have to know that if you are going to feel that way, you cannot attend, and you have to respect that for yourself, but while respecting their invitation. So you can say things like, thanks for the invite, but I won't be able to make it this time. Or you can say, I appreciate you for inviting me to X, Y, and Z, but I'll see you on blank, like maybe Friday. Or you can say, anything that expresses that you're grateful for them thinking about you and inviting you and including you this holiday season, because there are some people that aren't included in anything. So you want to make sure that you're expressing, thank you so much for this opportunity. I love it, but I can't. And that's okay. You want to make sure that you're being respectful, though. Make sure that you're being grateful, respectful, kind, and that's it. It's just important to make sure that when you're letting these people know, you're doing it kindly and with a good heart, because people will take a decline in an invitation as offensive. They can take it as, she doesn't like me. People are very emotionally charged during the holiday season because everybody's putting in effort. That's what it is. Everybody's putting in effort. Everybody's feeding a spoon to somebody. So everybody feels like, why wouldn't she want to come? I thought we were cool this year. I thought we made a good connection. It's not about the connection. It's not about the things that I've done for you. It's not about the things you've done for me. It's about the fact that I just can't. I'll be mentally drained or physically drained, emotionally drained. I have other obligations. You may have kids. You may have a husband. You may have a grandparent. There's things going on. So just make sure when you're letting people down, you do it lightly, you do it kindly, and just be done with what it is. And if they feel like they don't want to hang out with you anymore, cut them off. You know me. And number 6, which is actually one of the most important things, which is why I saved it for last, be prepared for the pushback. The people who are gonna say, no, stay a little bit longer, or no, still come to the event, we want you to be there. You have to stand strong, especially in those times, because it can be very, very confusing when somebody doesn't just say okay and they try to make you stay. You know why? Because you don't want to make them feel bad. But the thing about it is, you got to choose between them or you. Do you want to feel bad or them? Because if you stay any longer, you're going to be over it, and you're going to show who you really are in 5 minutes. So I suggest you stand on that boundary. You let them know, yeah, I really can't stay anymore, but I hope you guys have a great time. You have to stand on your boundary. The thing about boundaries, like I said before, is if you stand on it, you give people 2 options: to respect it or disrespect it. Don't give people wishy-washy times. Make sure you let them know, today I'm leaving right now, and thank you for your time, energy, and efforts. That is all. Do not let people convince you that their time is worth more than your time in your own life. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Do not let people convince you that their time is worth more time in your own life. It doesn't make any sense. So for this holiday season, we're standing on boundaries and we're sticking to it. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys know how to set those boundaries this year, because it doesn't make sense to not have them. And I hope you guys can see that when you set the boundary, it is not a sign of disrespect. It's just a sign of, I can't, so I won't. And that's okay. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Follow me on Instagram at Makita, MK3DA_. Follow my business page on Instagram at luxempulse. And follow my business page on TikTok at luxempulse. And I will see y'all in the next one, which will be Vlogmas Day 3. But it's going to be on the 5th. Love y'all. Peace, love, and vlogs. Bye.